Danster, what's happening? Do we have audio? Can you hear me? Hola. Do we have audio, Dan? Danster, the manster. What was that? Good. Braden, what's happening? Yes, we have audio. Nice. Better than last week. Oh, look who I found. Oh, my Mexican connection is here. Behold, El Gato. What's the subject tonight? We don't really have one. That's the beauty of it all. We don't have a subject, therefore we can't be disappointed if we don't get onto it. I am great, Max. I hope you're doing well too. Make one up, okay? Tonight's subject is nouns. All right. Let's talk about Mexican cars. I like adjectives, action words. That's right. Snowmobiles or snow bikes? I always want like I always wanted to ride a snow bike, the one with the little skinny track on the back of it. The closest I've ever gotten to one of those is a regular dirt bike with chains on the tire, and then with a ski on the front. But you need to have an extra passenger for the weight on the tire, otherwise you just spin in the snow. But it's actually a lot of fun, as long as the snow isn't too deep. Did you see the Super B I just posted? Longer video will come out in the 7th. Uh what's happening, American Girl? It's Kim. No, Braden. No, 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 no. Let's not talk about Venezuela. Let's not talk about Cuba. Let's not talk about politics. Let's not talk about religion. That way we don't get on subjects that get everyone divided and bickering. I don't want to deal with that. Let's all harmonize and be good to one another and talk about anything other than that. Cuban sandwich is actually pretty good, though. I know it is, Max. I know it is. And it just, yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I love Cuban sandwiches. There was uh, this is one place that when they come into town, set up a bunch of locations. Beer City Bread is what they were called. And my goodness, it was a little on the pricey side, but their food was absolutely phenomenal. And I tried their Cuban sandwich, and wow, it popped my socks off and then grabbed them, slammed them back on my feet, only for them to pop off again. It was just yum yum. Uh, You look like you listen to blues and rock and roll. I listen to rock and roll. I listen to a little bit of the blues. A lot of rock and roll is 70s rock and roll is just recycled blues anyway. So yeah, I like blues. I like rock. I like crying in your beer, old country music. I kind of hit across the board. I like a little bit of everything. Oh, Terpsky Tom's here. What's the best Oriental food? What country has the best Oriental street food? I don't know because I've never tried Oriental street food. I'm not opposed to trying Oriental street food. Grilled me a couple of burgers tonight with Colby Jack and pickles, onions, spicy mustard, and ketchup. I was all the way there until you said ketchup. I don't care for ketchup all that much anymore. I guess on a burger is okay. Can we say Oriental anymore? I don't know. I'm not up. I didn't get the latest list. uh, yeah, we pretty soon we're just all gonna wrap ourselves in bubble wrap, and then that way we can just be safe. And then we can wrap words in bubble wrap, and that way that's all safe, and we don't piss off somebody for some godforsaken reason. Street food is the best and no cleanup. There is a oh, I'm a mustard guy all the way. I'm a mustard guy all the way. Uh yes, the bubble wrap that will be horrible for society. I was thinking about that a little earlier. There actually is a we have a in Grand Rapids we have a low level professional ball team and mustard unsubscribe. Okay, Max, I mean if it's going to be that petty then okay, bye. I'll miss you, but bye, bud. No, but there's a low level professional ballpark up in Grand Rapids, and once a year they do like a food truck festival where the whole ballpark parking lot becomes nothing but food trucks, and people go there just to hang out and snack off of all these food trucks. And uh, I've never tried it, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm sure there'd be some stuff to that'd be absolutely amazing, but I'd probably walk out of there being 40 pounds heavier and devoid of all my money. There's a kick ass taco truck and the BP station in Norwood, 8th mile from where Camaros and Firebirds used to be built. Oh, cool. Okay. Norwood Assembly. Okay. Do they have porta potties close? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. We have a very strong Mexican community, and there's a lot of them that have taco trucks. And we have taquerias all over town. And what's one of them? El Cunado is one. Jose's Tacos is another. And these are actually brick and mortar taco places. El Cunado has like multiple locations. Um, what's some of the taco trucks? Oh, like Dos Tomatillos or something like that. I think it's two tomatoes, and that's what it translates to. And they've got some really good stuff. I wonder what their price range is. Yeah, it's pretty pricey for food trucks, but at the same note, it's usually pretty good stuff. I want to go to Switzerland or Norway. Anybody got some different places over in Norway, Sweden area of the country that I should go visit, like the Swiss Alps? Ooh, there's in the Alps. There is in Austria. There is a place that's called Innsbruck, and there is a Olympic park there, a winter Olympic park there, and Innsbruck is Austria is special because it is winter 365 there. It's always winter because it's so high up on the mountain. Real Mexicans came. They're driving Taco Bell out of business. Yeah, I mean, why the hell would you want Taco Bell when you could have real Mexican food? We found a great deal at Walmart yesterday. We bought 2 whole chickens for $3.20 US. Wow, that's good price. Yeah. Ma! If I had a time machine, I'd go back to the 80s and eat Taco Bell, and it was still good. Who's winning the NFL playoffs coming up? What's your matchup? You guys are looking forward to watching. I'm a Packers fan, so fuck the Bears. I'm a Lions fan, and I am absolutely thrilled that we beat the Bears last night. Nice. But Braden, now this is just for fun, but I gotta say, no pack, no. No pack, no. No pack, no. Not go pack, go. Yeah, I see your toque, your winter hat. That's Green Bay. I also seen your ball cap. That's you're part of the Brew Crew. I'm a Tigers fan. Milwaukee. Why no Bears? Because I'm from Michigan and I'm a Lions fan and I'm a Tigers fan. My boss at work is a hardcore. I've known him probably 14 years, and yeah, about 14 years, and he is a hardcore Bears fan, even though he's born and raised here in Michigan. And I like to cut up on his Bears all the time. But most of the time, I don't have the opportunity because usually the Bears whip the Lions' butt. Right, so the Bears are playing the Packers coming up in the playoffs. So you still want the Bears to win over the Packers? I don't want either to win. I want my Lions to win. I want to see the Lions be in the Super Bowl before I croak. Da Bears, Lions and Tigers, but no Bears. Yes, Lions, Tigers, Red Wings. Do it for Dicka. Oh yeah, Iron Mike. How's the weather up there? It is now it's warm enough that the snow on the roof is melting. So it's all dripping. It's been warm all day. It's been like high 30s. So it's actually warm. Unfinished project is here. 777. So yeah, all the snow we got's melting off again. It's fickle here in southern Michigan. The further north you go, the better the snow gets. Like you drive from here up to Cadillac, which is like an hour away, and usually it's totally different snow wise. Like more than once, I went up to my aunt and uncle's cabin up there and left here, and it's green because we have no snow, and get up there to the cabin, and it's like, yeah, you could ride your snowmobile to town, do all your running around on a snowmobile. And the trailhead's right down the road from the cabin. Once my uncle took us on a snowmobile trip, and he's like, I kept saying, because we always would go for short trips, like we'd go out for a few hours and come back. And then one day I said to him, I go, I want to go on a real trip. He goes, a real trip, like a long one? And I'm like, yeah. Like gone all day? Yeah. He goes, all right, we'll go to Traverse City. We'll do it tomorrow. And remember Megatron, Kevin Johnson? Of course. Yeah, yeah. With Matthew Stafford, I like how Matthew Stafford throws a football. He looks more like a sidearm baseball pitcher than he does a quarterback because he throws it in such a weird way. But yeah, it makes me think of a sidearm baseball pitcher. I put a new radiator in my Corolla, and get this, there was no clamp on one of the transmission cooler lines. I've put 40 or 50,000 miles on this car. That is insane. I can't believe that didn't pop off. Then again, that's not making all that much pressure either. But probably the return line. Yeah, yeah. Christian Pounder of the Vikings? No. So so we get up the next morning early. It's before light. My uncle's like, "Come on, we're going." And we jumped on the sleds, and I was driving. Well, there was three of us. It was me, my cousin, and my uncle. My uncle had a brandy new Polaris Indy or XLT Indy, and we had a 400 Polaris Indy, and then a 340 Yamaha, an old 340 Yamaha. And I rode the Indy all the way to Traverse City, which is a pretty good jaunt from Traverse City to Cadillac, Michigan. And then we went up there, and we get all turned around, and my uncle goes, "Okay, Doug, you and your cousin have to trade." And I was actually like, "But I don't want to drive the Yamaha." Because I'll tell you what, that Indy Polaris was a nice sled. And yeah, so, but rightfully so, my cousin was like, "All right, I get to ride a better snowmobile." So it was fair, but I didn't want to trade. And yeah, I understood why my cousin was so happy that he was trading snowmobiles with me. Joe Mc, oh, Joe McMahon. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. He gets salty sometimes, man. Oh, the fridge. The fridge had a younger brother they called Icebox. The fridge. Walter Payton, the sweetness. If he said the return line, low pressure, yeah, could be. Or that hose could have been fossilized on there. The hose clamp could have rusted off or something. Like hose clamps aren't nearly as good as they used to be if they've been replaced with some garbage. That's like Fox dude, what's happening? That's like some VW guys are all saying if you can salvage your original hose clamps and stuff on your Beetle, reuse that because there's nothing out there made today that is going to be the quality of that old German made Volkswagen stuff. So if you can reuse it, do. Don't replace it with new stuff. What do you like better, Arctic Cat, Thundercat 1000, or did you like the Yamaha SRX 700 triple? Or did you like the XLT? I'm a Polaris guy. I like Polaris. The Thundercats were really, 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 really heavy. They were all heavy, but the Thundercat was the heaviest. Hulk Hogan, what's happening, brother? But I've always heard not to use rubber hoses in cooler lines, at least without flaring. The hose pulled right out of the bung easily. Holy crap. Thunder, thunder, thunder. Brother. Terry Bellinger died. Oh, was yeah, I knew his first name was Terry. Was Hulk Hogan's real last name Terry or Bellinger? I guess I dodged a very slowly moving bullet. Terry Bollier. Okay. Thanks, Hulkster. This is the spiritual embodiment of the Hulkster. The Hulkster is gone, but his spirit comes down and channels through to our YouTube live stream. Brother, this is a brand new shirt. Otherwise, I'd rip it off. But nobody wants to see that. Hulkamania is running wild in this chat. That's right. Bungholes play football in Cincinnati. In Cincy. When I was a kid, and then you'd see like crossover episodes where Mr. T and Hulk Hogan were hanging out and high-fiving each other, and you're like, oh, they're friends? Whoa! I bet legit midgets could kick my ass at wrestling. I was lucky enough to grow up. My family is friends with another family, and one of their sons is a dwarf, and his name's John, and everyone calls him Little John. It's always been Little John, and he is an absolute hoot. That guy is. You think I can tell stories? Man, you need to have Little John. He is an absolute hoot. He tells stories about him going out rabbit hunting alone and then falling in through the snow and then being up to his eyeballs in a snowdrift and he can't get out, and he ends up having to like inappropriately do motions to pack the snow so he can climb up and out of it. It's so damn funny. No, I'll bring it down with John Cena. Did you see the AJ Styles is retiring? See that Brock Lesnar is retiring. I've stopped really following professional wrestling like in 1980, in the 80s. So we're talking like Hillbilly Jim, Jimmy Superfly Suka, the Iron Sheik, Rowdy Piper, the Bushwhackers, the Steiner Brothers. Who else? Of course, the Hulkster. Where's that Iron Sheik? Ultimate Warrior. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! Never watched wrestling. You watched it well past that. Yeah, you're right. NASCAR was my wrestling. Midnight Express? Yes. The movie or the Dodge truck, Mark? Just got here. What did I miss? All of it? Come on, Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks. Let's go. Big Show, The Rock. Early 90s, you probably stopped. Neither. Okay. Sting. Earthquake. I remember a big old dude called Earthquake, and he would sit on guys' chests. They were in WCW. Oh, gotcha. Ric Flair. Oh, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. I see the look in your eye, Hulk Hogan. Ooh, yeah. You see, Hulk Hogan, I am the cream, and the cream rises to the top. King Kong, Bundy, Edge. Yeah, Ric Flair. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, styling and profiling. Shane McMahon. Yeah. Basically, professional wrestling is soap operas for guys. We had a lady that used to be in our sanitation department I work in food company, and we had a lady who was part of our sanitation department. She adored professional wrestling. Her brother bought her an actual wrestling belt, like leather belt, the whole deal, like they wear on the belt, a replica. And it was so funny when I found that out. Oh, Brutus the Barber. Um Me and my supervisor in like 2018, we went to Coopersville, or not Coopersville, Cooperstown, New York, for the um, Baseball Hall of Fame induction. And we're going down the streets of Cooperstown, New York, and there's baseball celebrities everywhere, just lining the streets. Seriously, like walk right up to them and shake their hand. How you doing? And one of them, that one of the celebs that was there, wasn't baseball. It was, I think, Jimmy Hart. The mouth of the South had a white coat with little hearts all over it, and he had the bullhorn and everything. And if you didn't pay any money for him to like sign an autograph or anything, he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't say his catchphrase. He'd stare at the floor or the ground. He was actually a jerk, unfortunately. Um, yeah, because my friend's like, "Oh, Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South," and he just like, "You don't give me money, I don't give you what you want." It's like, okay, whatever. Oh, Mean Street Mopar, what's going on? Old Mac. I loved it when the New Day was the New Day and it started playing the trombone. Okay. Right next door to my mom's parents. Wow. That's interesting. Mandy found the potato in the box with the monkey pie trophy. Can I come over and wrestle you? Only if you want to lose, Hulkster. I'm going to bring the thunder, brother. Oh, home run in game 3 of the 69 World Series. Ah, see, 1968 is what you need to be talking about. That's when my beloved Tigers won the World Series against the Cardinals. Yeah. Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger. Rob Van Dam. Yep, Rob Van Dam. Who or what was the first concert you went to? Unfortunately, it was Tiny Tim when I was a kid in the 80s. A circus had come to town in our little town and they set up on the high school grounds, and it was just your normal circus, big tents and everything. And the main attraction was Tiny Tim playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips. But I mean, oh yeah, who was that Tigers pitcher that year? Well, Denny McLain was one of them. I have Denny McLain's autograph. Um, but so I don't really count that as my first concert. But I mean, who can say they've seen Tiny Tim play live? I exactly. Um, my actual first bona fide concert was like '93, and it was at the Ionia County Fairgrounds. and I seen Metallica, Suicidal Tendencies, and Danzig. Danzig was absolutely disappointing. Then later on, I found out how much of an absolute jerkwad he is, and I like him even less. Suicidal Tendencies was actually pretty cool. I used to listen to them. I was all stoked to see them. But they didn't have any skaters. I thought for sure they'd have skaters on stage, and nope, there was no skating. I thought for sure they would have skaters on stage. I never liked Danzig's music. Yes, he only had one hit. Yep, Mark's right. Mr. Perfect. Yep. Yeah. He was I seen a whole bunch of footage of him being just an absolute jerk. And there was one time he was being interviewed by like MTV or something like that, and he won't look at the interviewer. The interviewer's standing next to him, and he's just staring straight forward into the camera. And it looks like that somebody took a dump in his Cheerios and then stirred it with the log. And they're like, "What do you think of this band? And what do you think of this band? And what do you think of this band?" And finally, he says, "I grow weary of bullshit." And I was like, man, what a jerk. And yeah, he basically ignored, after saying that, that was all he said. And it was like, what? The $1 Million Man. No, the $1 Million Man is Lee Majors. Oh, wait, the $6 Million Man. Stronger, faster. We have the technology. We can fix him. Styx was the first in at the Michigan State Fair. Okay. Rick Rude, charismatic, heel managed by Bobby Heenan, feuding with the Warrior. Ah, yes. Paul Orndorff. So I went and spent some of my Christmas cash for I ordered some ARP rod bolts for my big block Chrysler, and here they are. Ta-da! ARP. Ooh, it's even got the shmoo. So I'm probably going to be doing a rod bolt upgrade on the 413. Not that I plan on really winging the hell out of this engine, but at the same note, usually when a big block pops, it throws a rod cap or it breaks a rod bolt. So a little better, a little safety would be nice. So yeah, I'll be doing that upgrade. So now I've got the rod bolts. I can do the rear main seal on the 413, change the rod bolts, and then I should be able to slam the should be able to button up the 413 and then work on the other side of the engine. Safety first inside your engine, at least. Yes. Spun a lot of rod bearings in the 7MGTE motors. 7MGTE. I'm not familiar with that engine right off the top of my head, but it sounds Toyota-ish. Mark III Supra. Boom! I thought it was Yoda. Loved him in They Live. Ah. Do you know that Chris Jericho from WWE was also the rock singer from Fozzy? Huh. I guess I didn't realize that. That's cool. Eagle Talon. Oh, engine for an Eagle Talon. Man, my cousin, when we were in high school, my cousin had an Eagle Talon. It was a Turbo 4 fire engine red, of course. Man, that thing would just slide, man. That thing was so fast. You know, you'd get into the boost, it just put you right to the back of your seat. It pulled great. Yes, I have experience from Toyotas to big block Chevys and now install avionics on aircraft. Ah, love Jack Stan Jimmy from Cleat. Okay. Wrong Jack Stan. I heard his name a couple of times, or is it James or something like that? I was a neighbor to Dusty Rhodes in Atlanta. JYD and Brian Pillman used to frequent the gas station I worked at in Atlanta. That's crazy. Fun fact, why did Dusty Rhodes always wear his hat real low? Because he was from the old school of wrestling. And what those guys would do is they would take an X-Acto knife and they would cut themselves on their forehead. And then they would take some Vaseline or petroleum jelly and then put it over the cut. And as long as it was covered up with petroleum jelly, it wouldn't bleed. And then they would get hit, and then he'd act like he took a punch and held his face, and he'd wipe off that petroleum jelly, and then he'd start bleeding like a stuck pig. So Dusty Rhodes, has a whole bunch of scars on his forehead from doing that over the years. That's why he always wore his hat real low. My dad told me about that. You need some jack stands and cinder blocks. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, in a pinch, anything will work. Crap, for the longest time, at when I worked at the asphalt company, our jack stands were big old square timber of wood. I knew I spelled cinder wrong. As a matter of fact, on big rigs, one of the best jack stands there is an old retired brake drum. Jack her way up in the air and set that puppy right down on an old big rig brake drum. Perfect. It ain't gonna go nowhere. It's safe. Yeah. But then again, usually when you do that with the tires on the ride, that vehicle is way high in the air. Dusty Roads. Teflon Don, what's happening? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Don, check it out, bud. Got some ARP rod bolts for my 413. Yeah, buddy. Now here's the fun thing. I was looking them up on Summit and on Jags, and I thought I'd just order from them and have them shipped to the house. And then I figured out that it was going to be less than $100. I don't think they were going to pay for shipping. So I ended up calling one of the local speed shops, and I ended up paying the exact same price that I would have paid Jags or Summit, and then just picked it up at the store. So yeah. Square Body Eric used to pull at least 3 busted semi drums off his semi a year. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um we had a mixture of we had such old tired equipment at the asphalt company. We were constantly kicking old dinosaurs in the butt, making sure they still moved. And so I actually got good at dealing with both S cam brakes on big rigs and V cam brakes. So The difference is the V cam is exactly what you think it is. Actually, it's sideways because drum brakes, the shoes go like this instead of like this, like on a car. So in the middle of it is the V cam, and it's just the old school is just a V that kicks the pads out, and then somebody got smart and they made an S cam, and then as it pivots, it spreads the shoes, and S cams are highly superior to V cams. I remember Dustin Rhodes being an annoying little brat riding his bicycle up and down the street. Wow. Iron Sheik, yep, the Iron Sheik, yeah. Jimmy Superfly Suka, the camel clutch. Iron Sheik had the camel clutch. That was his move. Can't believe I remember that. So yeah, I got a Velcro rear main seal for the 413. I took another uh, insert out of another big block of mine and got it all cleaned up. So now all I got to do is actually pull the rear main out of my 413 and then get that all cleaned up and dig out the old rear main, grease up the journal, and slip the new seal in and put it all together. Brother, how does everyone like all the Trump and Maduro memes? Let's not talk politics, please, or religion, okay? Let's keep it lighthearted and fun. Let's talk cars. Let's talk about anything but that crap. If your local place has it in stock, I'd gladly pay the difference in express shipping. Cat memes. Oh, he's not on the chair. All politicians are liars. We can leave it at that. That's true. How do you tell if a politician is lying? His lips are moving. So there is a speed shop down south of me, and Hacksaw Jim Dugan. Ho! Anytime I pick up wood when a skid is destroyed at work, I have to pick up the wood and I'll throw it away. When I walk to the dumpster, I always do a Hacksaw Jim Dugan. I hold the board up over my head. Oh! Just messing around. I got to meet China months before her first match. That's pretty cool. You don't have to put on pants, Dutch. We don't see you. You could be running around in your birthday suit for all we care. I know Mrs. Dutch would like that. Dutcheroo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bad mental image. Yeah, yeah. I remember all those years ago. I had a pretty one of not in my department, but the next department over when I worked in auto parts. We made car parts, and he was he had a lifetime subscription to Playboy, and he could not wait to bring his Playboy into work to show us because China was in the centerfold. And I was like, okay, all right, yeah, okay. I wasn't like, whoa. All the other guys are like, oh man, oh man. And I was like, yeah, she's okay. Becky Lynch. Oh, okay. Shank Ruffle. Oh man. So we had a warm snap and the snow all melted off. Then we got like 10 inches of snow, and then it's been like 40 degrees all day, and snow's currently melting. Meeting a certain Playboy model, then bringing a magazine with her in into work so I could autograph the next time she came by. Yeah, always tell my wife the reasons why I'm not an adult actress. Well, first off, you'd be an actor. Ladies are actress. I don't have the proper PPE and I don't look good naked. Ah, I bet Playboy is suffering with the proliferation of web content. It might be. The funny thing is that what I always liked about Playboy versus all the other magazines is a lot of them were just smut magazines, but at least with Playboy, it was a gentleman's magazine. Like you could learn things in Playboy. You really could read Playboy just for the articles. I mean, on the back of every centerfold were party jokes, for one. Playboy taught a man how to stock a bar, how to properly set up a Wi-Fi, how to dress, how to make dishes, stuff like that. I mean, it really was a gentleman's magazine. I was once in Playboy in the 80s. I went under the name Mike Honcho. uh, and the skinniest broads. I can drink a bar dry? Whoa. It was kind of funny. Remember back when they did that experiment when Playboy went no nudity, and basically Playboy became like Maxim, just a gentleman's magazine, racy pictures, no nudity. That went really far. And so there was a thing that um that come out that someone made a compilation of all Playboy centerfolds from number one all the way until the end of no nudity. And the first black center Playboy centerfold was 1970. And so I got that sent to me via one of my friends, and I sent it out to everyone. And I sent it out to my dad, my uncles, everybody. Big hit. Not a peep out of my dad. Well, my father, for whatever reason, he won't click on links for anything. He thinks it's all bad and it's all gonna ruin his phone and all this other stuff. Oh well. So we're now at a family gathering much later, and my we all got to talking, and one of my uncles goes, "Oh, thanks for sending me those Playboy centerfolds thing. That was awesome." And my other uncles are agreeing, and my dad's like, Playboy centerfolds? I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I sent you the link. It was all the Playboy centerfolds from the beginning till they went to no nudity." I go, "Here, Dad, let me see your phone." He hands me his phone, and I look through, and I find the link, and I go, "There it is." And my dad's like, it was a dead link because they took it down after a while. I thought my dad was going to cry for a minute. He's like, "Hey, you're the one who don't click on links, guy." I'll wear you out with links and memes. Yeah, Larry Flynn, Hustler Magazine, scratch and sniff. Ya snooze, ya lose. What's the best porn site? Whoa, the one that you're watching. Dakota, what's happening? Tang. Tang. Check it out, Dakota. I got ARP rod bolts for the 413. Yeah, buddy. I think I walked in at the wrong time. No, you didn't. You walked in at exactly the right time. The free ones. Well, I don't really plan on spinning the living bejesus out of the 413, but just in case I get a little heavy on the right foot, I guess it's cheap security. If you can't find what you're looking for here, you're not from Earth. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna probably invest in some more. Um, I have a little more Christmas. I bought that with my Christmas cash, and I think I'm gonna buy the ARP. I already have ARP bolts for the head bolts, and I got those when I got my aluminum heads, and then I'm probably gonna buy the ARP intake bolts, stuff like that. Why not? Little splurge, look nice. I also want to try to find a set of gold anodized Moroso valve covers. AARP rod bolts are for old timers. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Live an adventure. Use stock bolts. I'm getting ARP rod bolts and main studs for the 318. Like you said, cheap insurance. Yeah, I might. I don't know if I'll do. I don't know if I'll do main cap bolts or not. Uh, but because usually with a big block Mopar, when it kicks when it fails, usually it kicks a rod cap or it kicks a connecting rod bolt. So yeah, cheap insurance. Just use the stock bolts torqued to 20 pounds more than normal. I've got them, so I'll run them. Me and Dad was swapping a 360 into my truck. It's just sitting in place. Nothing hooked up, but I got them gold Moroso valve covers for it. Yeah, those gold Moroso covers look good. And my engine is bright orange. And it's like Kubota tractor orange tractor paint. And I think that gold and that orange is just going to look so good together. But the tappets that I've got is just a simple set of chrome ones because my Mickey Thompson valve covers won't fit over my roller rockers. So even unless I get a spacer that's almost an inch thick, and it still won't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the blue ones are cool. Yeah, but I don't know. There's something about gold. I don't know. Blue ones wouldn't look good with orange. At least gold will kind of go with orange. Red Moroso small block valve covers. Yeah, that's right. Red, blue, chrome, gold. I think that's it for the Moroso colors. Red, blue, gold, and yeah, red, blue, gold, and chrome. I think I hit them all. Red bolts are supposed to be hand tightened for Rich 220. You don't need to torque your bolts. That's just a myth that big torque wrench is feeding you. Got a brand new set of small block blue Moroso valve covers. Bought them in the 80s and kept them a long time. Oh yeah, Moroso valve covers were the shit in the 70s, the 80s. Tappy tap tap. I forget his first name off the top of my head, but Mr. Moroso was actually a pretty badass racer. He got taken way too soon because of cancer. But you know what? He raced all the way up to the end. He had a pretty badass Corvette that he would do battle with. Had a airbag. Dick Moroso. Thank you very much. I couldn't think of his first name. Dick Moroso. Yes. Ooh, it's tucked away in the Wolverine Garage. But I have. Who watches the Golden Girls? I have in the past. But Braden, I'll bet you have the hots for Blanche. She'll show you a thing or five there, Braden. At least we forget most of those names are from people. But buried in the Wolverine Garage, I have a Moroso cool can, the blue one, super cool can. Yeah, I have the super cool can, the blue plastic one, not the metal one with the cork lining. So that's going to be. I do. Did I call that or what? Moroso also owned the drag strip of West Palm Beach, which is closed. Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that. I'm sure that is right. I got a Moroso 8-quart oil pan on my 360. Oh, one of the other things I want to pick up for the 413 is I want to get a Melling high pressure standard or high volume standard pressure oil pump, and I want to get that all cleaned and painted up and everything orange, and then swap that in. Then the whole bottom end of the 413 will be ready. I bet that guy bought the blue ones and showed me a old picture of his 69 Chevelle he had with a 454 with all that gold Moroso stuff on it. Yeah. Never watched the Golden Girls till Mandy and I were in a hotel this summer and I watched several episodes in a row. Have a Holly oil pan on the Hemi now. Yeah, Golden Girls actually isn't that bad. Betty White is my favorite. Oh yeah, she's just got this aura about her. She's just, you can tell that she's just the nicest person. You need to grow some hot peppers. You need to get a whole Carolina Reaper pepper and eat it whole for a video. No thanks. I'd do a Mary Tyler Moore era Betty White. Mary Tyler Moore was a effing babe back in the day and extremely funny. I used to have a 10-quart oil pan on my 340. 10 quart? Wow. 10-quart oil pan on my 340, but I got tired of bottoming it out on the street. I know that's right. I love the show called King and Queens. I mean, King of Queens. I love my spicy food. I like spicy food too, but there's a fine line between spicy, zesty, and really spicy, and then just plain effing hot. And I tried to be a big man one day, and I was eating lunch with my friend Juan, and Juan had some, I don't know, half a golf ball sized, 3/4 of a golf ball sized habaneros. And I tried to be like Mr. Big Badass, and I just took a whole habanero and just popped that thing down, munched it up, and ate it. And I was just like, no problem. And I felt the heat rise in me, and I started to sweat. And boy, I regretted that. And Juan just laughed at me. Later on, after I recovered, we're on break again, and he's got another habanero. You want another? You want another? No, I'm good, Juan. Deep sump oil pans and speed bumps can't be friends. This is true. King of Queens is good. A few months ago, watching that one where we got that motorcycle that he impulse buyed. Yeah, yeah, Doug. And what was it, Carrie in the TV show? If it burns my ass on the way out, it's too spicy. Yeah, if it's burning your ass while it's on the way out, it makes you want to run to the freezer for a popsicle and not to eat. All my trucks can use deep sumps. We're nowhere near the speed bumps. The I'm actually lucky because a lot of Mopars have a center sump oil pan, and at least in truck application, you have a rear sump oil pan. And I've got the truck rear sump oil pan for the 413. Inspector. Ah, good. Now we're going to be within spec because the inspector's here. Good. He'll let us know if it's pass or fail. Bruce, how are you? Yeah, the I should put a baffle or two in my oil pan, just cause, especially if I do. Excellent, Bruce. Especially if I do any hard braking, because I don't want to brake too hard and make all the oil slop forward out of the. Yes, I'm using a stock truck oil pan. Yeah. Barbara Eden, ow! Elizabeth Montgomery, and Yvonne DiCarlo are all gorgeous. Yes, but Caroline, she played Morticia on the Addams Family. Caroline, can't think of her last name. I thought she was. Barbara Eden is beautiful. I would say Barbara Eden first, and then Morticia second for beautiful women of that era. I thought Morticia was just Caroline. I cannot think of her last name. She is beautiful. Caroline Jones. Thank you, old Mac. Full House. Who's your favorite character on Full House? Well, it's Joey. Joey's the best. He's the funniest. He's so damn funny. Cut it out. Adrian Barbeau. Oh, come on. Full House is kind of a bunch of yuppies. Kimmy, huh? No. I used to have a huge crush on Candace Cameron when I was a kid. And now she doesn't really do much for me. But back when I was a kid, oh, I was like, I love her. Um, hmm. Oh, Bo Derek. Ow. When Bo Derek was in Tommy Boy, my favorite joke is, "Wow, Dad, she's a 10." When they made that Fuller House, I was all liberal propaganda. I watched 5 minutes of it. Who likes Phineas and Ferb? I don't think I have ever watched a episode of Phineas and Ferb. All TV is propaganda now. Yeah. All three of the Charlie's Angels. Yes. Ooh, good. Yes. Yes. Morgan Fairchild aged like fine wine. She was always beautiful, and she just aged and just stayed beautiful. Even as an old lady, she's still. Marky Post is hot. Linda Carter. Linda Carter. Yes, I don't think Marky Post is all that hot. Um I don't think she's unattractive, but Linda Carter, all natural. Ow. You would not imagine what I would say to her if she hit me with the lasso of truth. Gunsmoke Bonanza. Yeah. Gunsmoke. Definitely Gunsmoke. Definitely Gunsmoke. Bonanza's good too. Oh yeah. Lindsay Wagner. Yes, Lindsay Wagner. Ooh, Heather Thomas from Fall Guy. Ow! Or Heather Locklear. Um, hmm. And of course, yeah, old Mac was talking about Lindsay Wagner. Cindy Crawford, she's okay. Ooh, Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie Anderson. She is another lady who stayed beautiful all the way through and even into her old age. And Jan Smithers, she was like the undercover hottie because she was a model herself. Olivia Newton-John, yeah, okay. Um, you guys remember Samantha Fox? My friend had a big old Samantha Fox poster in his bedroom. Three Stooges. Oliver Newton-John. That's Olivia's brother. Yeah, autocorrect really does suck. I have to agree. Three Stooges. Well, there's way more than Three Stooges because you've got Moe, Larry, Curly, Shemp, Curly Joe, and then there's a couple other Curlys too. So there was like 5 or 6 Stooges. Jackass, which one was your favorite? Like the guys from the crew or the I don't think anybody passed on the nude scene. Oh, and Margaret. And Margaret was beautiful too. And then she played with Anne Margaret in Grumpier Old Men. Oh geez, I can't think of her name. Italian lady. Can't think of her name. I don't think Jackass was that funny, except for the foghorn on the golf course that made me bust out laughing. Okay, the best scene ever in Jackass is midget bar fight. Midget bar fight is absolutely hilarious. Um, that is so damn funny because Wee Man, Sophia Loren, Sophia Loren. Yes, that's it. Thank you, old Mac. Boy, you're on it. I'm not. Midget bar fight's so funny. Wee Man is out on a date with another midget or dwarf, and they belly up to the bar, and he orders a couple of buds, and then in walks her boyfriend, and he's like, "What's this? What's this?" "Scott, just go away. I'm with Wee Man now." And screw you guys, screw you guys. And he storms out. Well, he walks back in with his crew, and then he pulls Wee Man off of his bar stool, and they start beating him up. And then so that's happening. And then midget cops come running in uniform, and they break up the fight. And then um and um then midget EMTs come in with a stretcher, and they grab the people, throw them up on the stretcher, and run them out the door. And everyone in the bar is like, "What the hell?" Yvonne Craig? I'm not placing Aaron Gray. Okay, Aaron Gray. Yvonne Craig sounds familiar. I'm not placing her right off the top of my head, though. Hmm. Oh, also I had it bad for I'm drawing a blank on actresses' names, but she played Donna on that 70s show, and I've always had a thing for her. Angie Dickinson. Angie Dickinson. Batgirl. Ah, yes, she was attractive. Yes. Yvette Mimieux. Angie Dickinson. Who's your favorite Jimmy Neutron character? I've never watched an ad, or I've never watched a Jimmy Neutron episode. Hottie and an Amazon. Yes. There is a lady that is a realtor around here, and she is 6'6". Yeah, she's tall. And what's even scarier yet is not only is she 6'6", she's also very curvy for a very tall lady. And she just towers over everyone. And she's still a lovely lady. And it's funny because she never wears heels. It's always flat shoes. And she still just towers over everyone else. Ethel Merman in the mad world. I knew I was old when I watched the movie and couldn't stop looking at. Oh yeah, Daisy Duke. Yeah, exactly. Tall and curvy. Yes. There was also oh yeah, Charlize Theron. Yes. Yes. A friend of mine dated a real short girl. She was like 4'8" or 4'10", and she was extremely curvy for a little itty bitty short girl. She had an hourglass figure. Yeah, she was cuter than a bug. She was cute. I forget her name. Not that it matters. Same with Betty White. I thought she was a grandma when I was a kid. Betty White spent like over 50 years or 60 years in front of the camera. Three Daughters of Petticoat Junction. Yes. Who remembers Teletubbies? Weren't they gay? Hmm. Bringing up Teletubbies. A few years ago, they had Tom Walpat and Catherine Bach at the World of Wheels in Chattanooga. The line for Tom was long, but the line to meet Daisy was wrapped all the way around the building 5 times. Yeah. Aunt B from Andy Griffiths was a Miss America when she was younger. Wow, I know she had a hell of a head of hair on her because I remember in the TV show it was evening and she'd let her hair down, and I couldn't believe how long Aunt B's hair was. Ava Gabor. Yes, Ava and Jaja. Yeah, Ava Gabor. Yeah. Frances Bravier. Yes, Agent 99. She was a cute brunette. Yes. 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 Battlestar Galactica, Aaron Gray. Yes. Aaron Gray has been mentioned a whole bunch of times, Mark. But yeah. Yeah. Was it Alien? I think it was Alien when Sigourney Weaver is in those skimpy undies and she's stepping in or out of that spacesuit. I was actually like, hey, Sigourney. I'm still adjusting to working 8 days and being home every day. You must mean 8 hours. Diane Rigg, The Avengers. Ah, yes. Um, Whatever happened to Ellen DeGeneres? Who cares? She's a mean lady, man. Oh, not Bella, but in Buck Rogers. Can't forget Dolly and Cher. Man, Cher, way back in the day. What a babe. Um, yeah. Cher, Sonny and Cher, back in the day, their group name was Pharaoh and Cleopatra. Cheetos, what's happening? You met Dolly. Wow. I heard she is just an absolutely aces person. Absolutely aces. Only people I've met famous are like baseball players. I've met I've met Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger, Raleigh Fingers. I've met um, Dale Evans from the Detroit Tigers, not Dale Evans, the country music artist and Western star. I met Bill Matlock. Um, was it Bill Matlock? Yeah, Bill Matlock. I've met um, Sally Field. Yeah, Sally Field. Yes. Marie Osmond. Yeah, she's okay. Goldie Hawn. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Goldie Hawn, definitely. All my favorite famous people all attend the No Name Nationals. Oh, Ginger, what's happening? That's right. Yes, that's right. All my favorite famous people attend No Name Nationals too. That's right. Ginger, we were talking about beautiful ladies from back in the day, like Daisy Duke from Dukes of Hazzard and Erin Gray from Buck Rogers and stuff like that. Oh, speaking of gingers, Ginger from Gilligan's Island and Marianne. Yeah, I was more of a Marianne guy than a Ginger guy. For Gilligan's Island, that is. I got to fly on an airplane. Have you flown on an airplane? Yes, I did fly on an airplane, but I was a little kid when I did it. This was before I was in school. Um, Daisy Duke was my hero when I was little. Yeah! Awesome, Ginger. We howl. What's a shaking? Nothing much, Junkyard. Hey, Junkyard, check it out. ARP bolts. Rod bolts for the 413 for shop truck. Yeah. Yeah, the company that my dad worked for was my uncle's company, and they had a truck done. They had Jerdan in St. Louis do a tilt bed conversion on a Peterbilt cab over straight truck, and they got shipped the truck down there, and it was already painted and striped, and then Jerdan made the tilt bed for it, and then Dad and I flew out of Grand Rapids. And I think we went to Chicago, and then from Chicago we caught a flight to St. Louis, and we drove the truck home. And that was before I was in school, and that was a long time ago. Yep, Jerdan. I remember being a little kid, and the stewardess, I thought the stewardess was an absolute angel. She was this beautiful blonde girl. Of course, I'm just a little kid, but yeah, I thought she was absolutely beautiful. Then later she brought me a dish of eggs and sausage, so I thought she was even better. Yeah, planes are pretty cool. I like I like a lot of the big World War II planes like B-29s and B-52s and stuff like that. Flying Fortress. I was like, oh yeah. Well, she was just an attractive lady and she had a cool personality. She pays out a lot of money to make sure that underprivileged kids get books sent to them on her dime. Mine's the B-17. Yeah. Yeah, I love there is actually in Kalamazoo, Michigan, there is a museum called the Air Zoo, and that place is way cool. They've got a whole all sorts of neat stuff, especially the rotary wing aircraft. Yes. Yes. They've got they have an SR-71 Blackhawk inside that is so cool. I think that's probably got to be my favorite aircraft is the SR-71 Blackhawk. That thing is a bad to the bone machine. F Corsair and the B-17, yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's not forget the Howard Hughes's Hercules, aka the Spruce Goose. That's a badass plane. Yeah, the Blackbird. Yeah, Blackbird. Thank you, Bruce. Sorry, not the Black Hawk, the Blackbird. Yes, but those things are that's a badass machine. The Spruce Goose or the Hercules, I always thought was really neat. Um, Fun fact: Howard Hughes, he only flew that thing once, and he just barely took it off of the water surface. And for decades after that, he kept that thing in like ready to fly at any time. When you've got Howard Hughes's money, you can do that. Samuel Bergen and Conan Hill comes to Frogtown. Corvair 880 with a C-79 turbojets. Warthog A10. Oh, that's pretty cool. Need to see that museum where the Spruce Goose is now. That is in Oregon, I want to say. I worked on the SR-71 in the Air Force. That is so Cool, Inspector Bruce. And thank you for your service, Inspector Bruce. Boeing 777. Yeah, the 777 was a big deal when that came out. Wasn't that like the seventh version? Because they started with the 707, then there was a 717, and then of course the infamous 7. Um, Another fascinating aircraft is the Concorde. I think the Concorde is neat. Those things had serious horsepower, and the legend David Vizard talks about all sorts of fun facts about the Concorde, and it's just like how much horsepower a Concorde has, and you're just like, how much? He also, yeah, responsible for the countersunk rivets to make aircraft more. Yes. Yeah, Howard Hughes was actually a very, very articulate person, but he had severe OCD, and later he contracted an STD that messed with his mind. So that and his STD, and then to top it all off, he had a terrible heroin addiction and was a recluse. Probably have flown in most commercial airlines by now. Wow. Oh, Lady Dougster's feeding Hawkeye, our pet rat. Ruby! Rumors. Oh, she's outside. That's why she's not coming, because she's outside. Pinching a loaf, man. Yeah, I haven't flown since the 80s. STDs aren't good for you, neither are drugs. This is true. This is true. Drugs are bad, okay? Fifi. Oh yeah. Once the food comes out, old Catster, he's like, "Hi, Ruby. Ooh, you're all chilly." The F4 Phantom, yeah. The Dogster. I'm flying on the CRJ 200. It's a small plane. Is it like a prop plane? We have a few grass strip airfields around me. There's one south of me by Plainwell. There's one northwest of me, and there's another one over in one of the county seats. And one of the guys that I'm friends with, he actually does. Um, oh, it rides 50 passengers. No, that's not a prop. I'd love to see Fifi. Never seen her fly. I did 7+ years in the military, flying anything that they put us in. Then 16+ traveling and wind. I've flown a few miles. Oh wow. So a guy that I know in the fall, when the leaves turn here in Michigan, he'll take people on color tours. Take them on like a 1, 2, 3 hour tour, and they just fly around and look at all the colors and everything. And he actually says you'd be surprised how well that pays. The engines are on the back. Oh, it's a pusher? Okay. That's right, Ken. That's right. I can't wait to have my syphilis in the morning. A little penicillin, yeah. Do you have any events planned this year? Swap meets, car shows, motorcycle rides? I'd like to make it up the weekend before the 4th of July is the St. Ignace Car Show, and it's one of the biggest around in Michigan. And St. Ignace in June is new guy's guitar. Tom, what's happening? Um, St. Ignace is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is absolutely beautiful in summer, so I'd like to go up and check that out. I usually do at least 2 vintage cycle shows a year. One of them south of me in St. Joe County at Centerville, St. Joe County Fairgrounds by Centerville, and always do that vintage motorcycle show. And then Gilmore Car Museum has a cycle show there too. That's kind of losing its pizzazz because um they got a new director that's kind of out of touch with reality, I think. Um but yeah, the couple of rides I'd like to I don't know. I would like to my dad and my mom and my aunts and uncles in 99 they went on a motorcycle ride up to Nova Scotia. So they rode from Michigan and they rode northeast, and then they went across Canada, and then they come out by Buffalo, New York, and then they went north to Maine, and then they grabbed a ferry and they went to Nova Scotia. So my Valkyrie has been to Nova Scotia, and I've entertained the thought that I'd like to drive my that Valkyrie back to Nova Scotia. That'd be a really cool. Are we doing the Iron Butt this year? You want to do an Iron Butt, D? I'd love to do an Iron Butt. Yeah, we could at least do half of it. Yeah, you want to do an Iron Butt? We'll go around Lake Michigan. What Junkyard D is talking about is Iron Butt is a ride, and it's 1,000 miles in 24 hours or on a motorcycle, and then you actually keep track of your mileage by your fuel slips. So each time you stop for fuel, that proves where you are, and then it's riding hard. Colleen, good seeing you. Thanks for coming. Take care and see ya. Monkey butt powder helps. Yeah. Always, I've always wanted to. Don't know if my old bones can do it. Junkyard, I would. That would be absolutely stellar if we could pull that off. That would be cool. Now, a lot of iron butt rides are like 1,000 miles in 24 hours. Then you get the big iron butt rides where you go from like coast to coast in 40 hours. So you start on the East Coast and you go to the West Coast in 40 hours. And then they have coast to coast in 80. And then they have the ultimate. I don't know how many hours they allow you to do it, but the ultimate iron butt ride is Miami to Anchorage, which is a lot. That's like 5,000 miles. You sold your bike last fall. Well, it kind of puts a big damper on you you doing the iron butt there. I really want a bike. You do need a bike. Bye, guys. I'll give an update about your flight. Excellent. Be safe, Cheetos. Sold your bike back in June. I'll always have a motorcycle. Still have Jack. Is Jack your mini bike? You need a midlife crisis bike. All right, Tom. Here's a piece of advice for you. If you're gonna go midlife crisis, don't run out and buy the bike of your dreams. If you've never rode a motorcycle before, do not instantly buy the motorcycle of your dreams, because you are going to be scared crapless the whole time you ride it because you don't want to hurt it. What you want, Dumb and Dumber Iron Butt. You're going to want to get a motorcycle that runs really good. Then, you've had motorcycles? Cool. All right. I don't know, Tom. Well, cool. Then, yeah, go get your midlife crisis bike. Yeah, get yourself like a Honda CBR 1100 or Honda CBR 1100XX. A leader bike. Big old gnarly one. You want a Honda VTX? That's a great bike. That's a great bike. Honda does not make junk. I can barely stay alive on four wheels. I can't imagine what I do on two. Yeah, I love my motorcycle. It's one of the things that keeps me sane. I actually call riding my motorcycle two-wheel therapy. Mini bike Miami to Anchorage. That would be insane. You'd get good mileage. You'd better take like 6 months off. Yeah, one of my coworkers, he had a VTX that was a really nice shade of burgundy that actually looked good on the bike. And he would do burnouts on command, and then one day I noticed how bad the rear tire was on that bike, and he kept riding it, and I was like, buddy, you're taking your life in your hands with that one. Have a great night, everyone. I have to go. Thanks for the live, Doug. Not a problem, Mohawk. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, thanks, Tom. My daughter and son-in-law rode the dragon. That is a goal of mine. I want to ride the dragon for sure.
Well, you ain't chasing it.
I ain't chasing it? No.
No, you ain't chasing the dragon.
Right.
Going that way.
It's not like you have to go going that way. All right. Yeah, it's not like you have to go to work. This is true. Well, it's I might already have a job lined up though, so we'll see how that works. No promises, but things are looking promising. I might have a job right after this spring. My job's drying up, so shop's going to be closed. So that's what Mark's referring to. Would be nice to go bum around a little bit, but at the same note, if I can go right straight to work, then that'd be pretty sweet. So, what happened? Just the company is shutting down the facility and is relocating all our machinery to other facilities. Oh well, it's just business. Oh well, it's just how things go. When hey, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. We're getting a pretty decent severance package out of the deal, and it's an okay severance package, and so might have a job lined up doing shipping and receiving at a another company. So we'll see. My old job kind of dried up, but I also plan to jump anyway. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to my. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll land on our feet. We'll be fine. See Ruby? She's playing fetch with Lady Dougster. Yeah, but really, Tom, do you miss being a dead body cleanup guy? I don't think I would miss that. Unless that thing paid.
He was a dead body cleanup guy?
Yeah, I know.
How cool is that?
Cool? Okay.
It's not cool?
I don't know.
Like crime scene stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, Lady Dougster approves. Change your name to a Somalian name? I missed the pay. 60 an hour. Wow.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. There's a reason why it pays 60 an hour,
Yeah.
though.
It's got to be very, very hard on your mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do it for a day.
For a day. Yeah, she'd be the only one there that's like, this is cool. Wow, I didn't know brains could splatter this high on the wall.
I'm going that way now.
All right. Can't stiff your dead body remover. I think I'd go by Dexter if I cleaned up stiffs.
Dexter didn't clean up bodies. He was the analyst.
He was the analyst.
He was a blood splatter analyst.
What a lot of guys end up doing is they got this sulfur balm and you put it underneath your nose so the sulfur will overtake your senses, so all you smell is sulfur instead of that nasty stuff. In a pinch, if it's really stinky, if you don't have the sulfur stuff, Vicks Vapor Rub helps. It isn't as good as that sulfur stuff, I'm told, but when I was at 42 RMR, I missed the OT, made great money. I miss it. Oh wow! I wish I made that kind of money. I don't make that kind of money. I do okay. I have a huge tolerance to the smells. Yeah. Headed out.
I mean, I am. I didn't even start my truck.
Oh, you. What was your worst day? Ooh. We had respirators, didn't smell a thing. That's good. I don't know if he can legally talk about it. She's going to train cleaning a dead body. Apparently, that sounds like the coolest thing ever. Ugh. The most I made an hour was 29. Well, I made some pretty handsome money doing playground work. We spent 4 days out on the road, staying in a hotel, and we were in Ann Arbor, which is the home of University of Michigan, but we were working for the public school system, and um, we did playground stuff for them, and we had to put these rubber mats in. You know how you got the wood chips, the fibar? Well, we had to go to all the swing pits and dig all the fibar wood chips out, and then we had to put these big, thick, 3-inch thick rubber mats down, and then rebury them with the fibar or wood chips. And they had paid us a bounty per mat because they were heavy and you had to wrestle them. And so we were paid a bounty per mat plus, and then there was two swings to every pit. So as you completed each one, you got paid a bounty to handle the mat, and then you got paid a bounty to finish the job. And we banged them all out in 4 days. And I think for a week, I think I made like $800 for 4 days of work. Not bad. And it was all cash in the hand, baby. Yeah. But that was the best day. A lot of times I didn't make a whole lot of money doing that, but usually that was pickup work for me for a little extra jingle in my pocket. I've been sitting for 9 years and I'm not gooey yet. Dino! Hey, Dino. I made that in New Zealand dollars from 2003 to 2020. Welcome, Dino. Well, now we've got the New Zealanders' perspective here. Excellent. Good afternoon, Dino. Hi, Chris. And wrote crazy stuff on the walls before he ended himself. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost forgot.
Driving trucks? Somebody's got to do it. Your dollar is worth more. I wouldn't mind driving truck or big rig or anything like that, except in the winter. That would suck after a while. Just because of the slow goings and the traffic backups. And bye, babe. Love you. Have a nice night at work. She says. And now I clean up dead pests. That's right, because Tom's the exterminator. The exterminator. He takes the little cockroaches and he kicks their little butts. $4. Some pest control guys can make bank if they play their incentives right. We had one guy who was actually pretty cool that would come. Oh, it's Juan. Hey, Juan, welcome. 1-800 T800 for roaches. The old joke from George Carlin is, do you have a roach problem? Well, call us. We'll come over, take care of your pest, and help you smoke the roaches. Ha ha. I'm not certified to clean up Dan's stuff. Oh, who's here to visit her dad but the Ruby? Ruby's a good girl, aren't you? Oh, by the way, warning, bad joke alert. So, I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around. 17 here and 22 and 12 likes. I'm seeing 14 in the group and 19 likes. Boo! Hey Dan, but that's what it's all about. Oh, I've got other ones you can boo at, Dan. Like somebody stole the wheels off of the cop car, so now the police are working tirelessly to find the culprits. Yep, it's 20 likes now. Yep. Yep, Dan today was the first one here instead of coming in saying, I missed 185 seconds. Right, Ruby? Heard about the job? Keep us posted? No problem. I'll land on my feet, Juan. Be just fine. Got um I've got a lead on a potential job. Not anything guaranteed, but it might work out in my favor. It'll be shipping and receiving again, so it's what I know. Yeah. But I know better than y'all like, oh, I totally got it. No, I've done that stuff in the past, and no, you don't. Did you miss anything? You missed everything. Again, Casey. Well, I can. No pressure from our part. Okay. Oh, I can keep it going if you guys want some other groaners. Like I once long ago I told my ex-girlfriend that she penciled in her eyebrows too high, and she looked surprised. We don't expect the unexpected. We're just real guys here. I'll get behind that one. Ordinary average guys. My timing for this job was perfect. I had just burned off all my PTO, had been helping my son's robotics team when the PTO ran out, and my new job called me to start. Nice. Just walk in and say, I'm on a mission from God to ship your stuff. That's right. See, me and God, we have an understanding. Sounds like where I have a potential job at, nobody wants to do the job. So, Patrick, welcome. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess it never hurts to oh yeah, love the Blues Brothers. Um so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm willing to try. I keep the forklifts going. Nice. Somebody's got to fix them. Is that like I try pushing all my wife's buttons to find out just to find the mute button? Well done, Turbsky Tom. Well done. Oh, that's funny. How many gifts were on? How many gifts were on that plane that crashed when the engine fell off? Ooh. I'm not going to laugh. Where is Turbo Tom? He's in Ohio. Ohio. Oh, you might have to change to chat. No, Mean Street is not Turbo Tom. Turbo Tom is Turbo Tom. Turbo Tom 416. Now, even though both Mean Street and Tom have beards, but Turbo Tom has a much better beard. No offense, Mean Street Mopar, but he's had a little more experience at cultivating it. Yeah, Juan, you've probably got to go from top messages to all messages. For whatever reason, when you have top chat, it doesn't show all of the gee, thanks. You know I'm just kidding. I just have the best mustache. No, you don't. Those are not beards, they're French ticklers. There was one day I'm in the grocery store, and this old dude is in the grocery store, and he has a wax handlebar mustache, and he was growing it out for so long that he had two little wire brackets that come down off of the side of his glasses, and his mustache looked like he had two lollipops on either side of his nose, and the little wire brackets held them up. So I could only imagine how long that thing had to be when it wasn't like all put up. It had to have been like longer than crap. It was actually way cool. And I remember when I was a little kid, this year I'm going to try to bring my brother's Model T because it has a back seat and better lights. Okay. I didn't realize the Model Ts was a family affair there, Turbo Tom. He looked like Princess Leia. No. They were here, not here. Dennis Gage, epic handlebar stash. Epic handlebar stash. Got to agree, Patrick. Dennis Gage is from Indiana. Prepare to get weaned. Coperino, welcome. Hey, Cope, check it out. Got ARP rod bolts. Now we can buzz it to the moon. Actually, it's just some insurance so I don't cack the engine. Dennis Gage goes to St. Ignace Car Show. Yeah, I think Dennis Gage is from Northern Indiana because I see him a lot doing videos from the Gilmore Car Museum too. Yeah, I like Dennis Gage a lot. I know a few women that could compete with Dennis Gage. Wow, for better mustaches? Wow. Wow. At my last job, there was a lady who had a better mustache than me. And I'm not joking. Tell John I said hi since he ignores me. Okay. He said Gigi. I had a friend, his wife had a real beard. Someone someone real close to me, she actually had to shave. My dad was telling me about how you never noticed her have stubble, and I'm like, "You're serious?" He goes, "Yeah." Was she upside down? Funny old Mac. Funny. I have not seen hide nor hair of John W. Mr. Wheelburn. Have not seen him. So if he's here, he's lurking in the shadows. Old Mac, that was funny. Who is Ginger? How's Ginger? Like, how you doing? I was like, you met Ginger. You know who Ginger is, but that's how's, not who's. All right. Lock is the door. Well, we have reached our 2 hour mark, everyone. And unfortunately, I have to get my beauty rest, and I need every little bit of it that I can get. My memory skills are delayed. Have another drink. No, just kidding. So, everyone, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. It's always a good time, and I really enjoy it. So, let's be like the Beach Boys and let's get together and do it again. And be here, same Dougster time, same Dougster channel. Bye, everyone. Have a great evening.